Hi everyone, welcome to another Plum Good quilting tutorial. Today our tutorial is on how to make a fitted sleep mask. Mom and I always decide last minute before an event or a trip that there's some crazy thing that we'd like to have that we don't. So we think, well, what can we come up with? We need something that's going to look like all our own and be very customized to what we like. So this time we're going to go ahead and share it with you. We're going to make a fitted sleep mask for our very long plane ride. And the first thing that you'll have to do is pick your fabrics and that you'd like for the front and back and gather all the ingredients up. So you're going to need your fabric for the front and the back. We chose flannel for the center of the mask as a little bit of padding. You'll need some interfacing, and we really enjoy this knit interfacing. It's just great for on the back of cotton. It stretches nicely. It doesn't make what you're working on too stiff. And then you'll also need some elastic, and you'll see that later in the presentation. Okay, we're going to provide you with the written pattern format and the actual template for the mask in a PDF form, and that'll be on Facebook and on the blog. Okay, the first thing you'll want to do is gather all of your ingredients there and make your little sandwich. And go ahead and do a rough cut around your mask template and pin it to that, and then go ahead and cut that out. Now at this point I forgot to put my placement markings on the template, but it will be on the one that you're downloading. And at this point you might want to go ahead and put the markings on the mask so it makes it easier to follow the steps in the instructions. But I will tell you that there will be a placement here and here on both ends for the elastic to be sewn to the edge of the mask here. You'll have a marking for here and here to show you where to sew to, because you need to leave this top section open when you're sewing around the mask, and you'll see why later. And then you'll have a placement for here and here. This is the section within the center of here that you'll put the nosegay that sort of helps to hide the light coming in from the bottom of the mask. Okay, and the next thing after you've cut out your sandwich of pieces is you could go ahead and iron your interfacing to the back of one of the pieces of fabric and cut that out. And then here's the nosegay piece. Now, it's really important that this piece be a folded piece of bias fabric. So go ahead, and you're probably going to have to pin it because it's a little bit roughly, because what you're going to want to do is make sure, see there's a fold here, you can see it, but you want that fold to be meet up to this section right here on the template. And it's a little bit of a curve, it's not really a straight line, so that we can make sure this section right here folds over the top of your nose to keep the light out. Okay, and the next thing you want to do, this piece right here is that same bias piece that we had in the last section. You want to go ahead and open it up and sew this piece in the center of it. And what this is you know that Christmas ribbon that has the wire on the edge of the ribbon? We used that for it, but when I did mine, I used electrical wire. It works just as well. It's very bendy. It's not too stiff, and it gets the job done, and you'll see how this works by the end of the video. So what you want to do is sew it in. And go ahead, and also in the template and instructions it'll show you, do not make this wired piece go to the end, because you don't want it to poke through the fabric at any point. You want it to stay secured in that little area there without poking through your fabric. Okay, and the next thing you can do is, this is the other side of your mask here. This was the back side on Mom's, I believe. So what she did was, see, we use this small elastic. You can choose to use whichever type you like, but we kind of prefer this for these kinds of projects because you can just put a knot in it to keep it from coming apart, and this holds some of the weight the strength, it helps with the strength issue so that you don't actually end up pulling the elastic out of the seaming at any point. And also on the back of your head, see, these two can separate right here and hold it more securely on the back of your head so that your mask stays firmly in place. So go ahead and just iron you a little piece of interfacing onto there to hold it in place. And then go ahead and stitch over it. Do you a good zigzag or darning stitch across here, and make sure it stays in that 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch away from the edge, because you are going to be sewing around here with right sides together later and flipping, and this will be on the outside. So after you have done your stitch here, go ahead and trim that back. Pull the interfacing up a little bit and trim it back. Okay, and the next thing you're going to want to do is, as I told you before, you have a marking here and a marking back here on the one piece for the face mask. You want to sew your bias edge piece around here. As you can tell, this is the section right here where the wire runs through right at the fold, so that works out well. So what you're going to do is you're going to be sewing along this edge right here, this bias curvy ruffly edge, to hold that nosegay in place. Okay, and then you want to put right sides together, the front and the back of your mask, and you're going to go ahead and stuff your nosegay section, and make sure your the headband part is inside of here. You don't want them hanging out. Let's go back over here. See how this is on the right hand side? You want to make sure they stay here, and not hanging outside of it, or when you turn it right side out, you won't have things in place. So go ahead and sew all the way around here, 1/4 inch out, and then from here to here, do not sew, just fold it back and do your nice straight press across on both sides of the mask, so that when you flip it inside out, you'll have a perfect straight fold right here to be able to sew back together. Okay, when you turn it right side out, use your boning tool and just straighten all that out there, and then press it so you have a nice clean seam around the outside of your mask. And see, when you fold it out right side out correctly, you'll have your headband section right where you need it to be, and your nosegay. Okay, and here it is, almost complete. When you're done, you can sew a 1/4 inch seam around here or embellish it in any way that you'd like to around the outside of your mask. But what's really nice about this one compared to some of the beauty masks that are out there is that you have this bias piece that goes nicely over the top of your nose without blinding, like squishing you. Then you can have your wire run through here, and you can kind of pinch it so that it stays on the top of your nose and light doesn't come in the bottom of the mask. But it's not too tight because you've got more of like the thread elastic. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the little tutorial with the template and the sleep mask, and you can download the template on the blog and on the Facebook. Thanks for watching. See you next time.